Hello, welcome to Women's World podcast. And today we are going to be talking about entrepreneurship, which is interesting for everyone. It's not only for women, but it's also for some men. So today's topic is 5 things that no one tells you before starting a business. Yes, I am myself actually already in a business more than 8 years, and I can tell you this is no joke, and I still feel like I don't know shit, and I don't know what I'm doing some days. Some days I feel better, and some not. But it's a learning process, and believe me, you will never feel like you got it all figured out. But that's another thing. That's probably number 6 thing. Okay, so let's go. Um, so as I said, before you start, you need to reconsider a few things. And if you already started and you have a dream or you want to achieve your dream and you're really sick of living like mediocre life and you're afraid to get old and have regrets that you haven't achieved what you actually wanted to achieve, um, then this episode is for you. I'm either preparing you for something or either I'm just supporting you and telling you that it's completely normal if you feel like shit. I feel like that every day. And I do feel as well ups and downs. That's normal. It's a roller coaster. Some days you feel better about it and some days not. But there are things that keeps you going forward. So first of all, let's begin with the fact that the reason you do the business is something, I don't know, maybe it's financial, maybe because you want to follow your parents' dream and continue the business. Maybe there is something you really want to achieve. Maybe you have your own great idea, or great dream, a beautiful dream. That could be anything. That could be also supplements. That could be clothing. That could be travel agency. Maybe animals. Maybe dancing. Something with sports. It can be anything. There are so many businesses in the world, and there is so much competition in the world as well. But don't forget that as long as you are yourself, nobody can have the same what you have. So nobody can have exactly the same business like you do. But being in business sucks for everyone. It's just the way it is. What motivated me to do this episode today is because lately I have been feeling like it's just too much. And I know that complaining doesn't help, crying doesn't help, especially when you are zelfstandige, we say in Belgium. So it means you are self employed. Um, yeah, feels like life sucks, but actually, I don't want to be a victim, and I am not a victim. I am just like anyone else who is in business. And I want to remind you, if you're there, I'm there too, and a lot of people as well. I'm not saying that your problems are less bigger than mine, something like that. No, those are not really the words I want to say, but I'm more willing to acknowledge the fact that um, things are rough for everyone who is in business, and sometimes just talking about it and hearing about it is what you need. I do feel a little bit less stressed out when I hear someone also going through the same things like I do. So let's go on. I want to make this episode short because fuck, I don't have time. I know that's one of the things from entrepreneurship. Hey, don't forget, go on for your dream. But I'm saying, yeah, it fucking sucks sometimes. You feel like you have time, but you don't have time. Anyway, so the first thing I want to mention is the thing nobody will tell you is that you will get knocked down 100 times. There will be much more, many times will you will get knocked the fuck out by life, just by problems, and less times you will get up. I mean, it can feel sometimes a month of bad events, and then one thing happens good, and that is what keeps you going. Or either you get a glimpse of how could it be better. For a moment, you feel like financial are going things are going good. You feel like opportunities are coming your way. You feel like you have a lot of support from your friends, from your family, whatever. And then all of a sudden, bam, you're down. And you're down again for a long time, because when you go down, there will other things also come up. And yeah, it feels like sometimes it does feel like the universe put you here so to test you, to see, to challenge you how strong you are. When are you going to fucking break? When? And that is exactly what the fuck I'm feeling all the time. I'm sorry for cursing, but don't forget that you're doing it with a reason. And even though the universe is testing you, would you quit? Like, would you easily quit? I mean, this is the thing, you need to keep your vision on on prize. Like, keep your eyes on the prize, always keep going forward, thinking about what you want to do in life. And yeah, if you're really really unhappy and you feel like this is totally nothing for you, because I'm not saying that everyone is made for it, the opposite. Not everyone is made for it, and only 2% of the world that actually makes something of it. And by the way, I am no expert. I'm just an amateur as well. I'm doing business almost also 10 years, and still look at me. I am complaining about it, and I will complain about it, because this is the reality. And I will always understand that there is a room to growth, for growth. And as I said, I didn't figure it out yet. No, far from it. But I'm quite sure that this is not for everyone. And I'm not saying that you need to be some sort of special creature, but once you're in it, you're in it. And once you're in it, it's hard to go back. So yeah, I don't want it to scare you. If you have dreams, I'm always supporting the startup businesses and people who want to achieve something in life. I really admire those souls, definitely, because I remember myself being all enthusiastic about stuff. That's the thing. The first phase of entrepreneurship, the first phase of business is always butterflies and rainbows, because you are still so motivated. But then after you realize that it's not going to be so fast, that's also another thing nobody will tell you ever. It's not gonna come in 2 years. It's not gonna come in 1 year. It's not gonna come over 6 months. It it's probably you will have a successful business only like 10 years later, 5 years later, and that's okay. I mean, that's gonna be really worth it. You need to earn it. So the second thing, the freedom is an illusion. What I mean by that is we think that being self-employed and being an entrepreneur gives you freedom, but actually only the end goal where you have a successful business that gives you financial freedom, but it doesn't free you from all. I mean, I don't have the financial freedom yet, but I can tell you one thing. Like, I do not have the freedom as a regular person who works at a job for a boss to say, I am going on vacation for 3 or 5 weeks and just not work. I don't have that freedom or luxury. If you don't work as a self employed, you lose money, first of all. Second of all, you you don't work and no money is coming in. And third of all, no one is paying you the vacation money. And if I'm pregnant, I'm fucked. I mean, no one is going to support me in this, unless my husband, of course. But I will have to be responsible for it. And if I want to stay home, if I want to stay home 6 months or 12 months, I'm going to have to pay for it myself. So that's what I'm saying. This is the hard reality. The third thing, it's not sexy. It's requiring a lot of masculine energy. So girls, women, believe me, I completely understand you when you are in business and you feel like you're losing your feminine sides, and it's completely okay. I'm not always feminine myself. I do preach femininity because I want to work on it, and I realize that to be a healthy and happy woman, you need to work on your feminine side, definitely. You cannot be 100% masculine. Then you just not no, you're not in your true nature. um, Unless you have other perspective, of course, like lesbian couples maybe or whatever. There are different perspectives. I believe in that. But as a couple in the relationship with a man, you need to take the feminine role over. And yeah, in business sometimes it's not so easy because your mind is completely wondering, it's all the time busy. It's like a non-stop engine, guys. There are nights I don't sleep. There are literally nights I can't sleep. I can't relax. I am meditating a lot, and this is the only thing that makes me fall asleep. So I do fall asleep sometimes for, let's say, 15 minutes, and then I get up when the meditation ends. But I do, of course, have nights when I sleep like 10 hours straight because I'm so exhausted and I can't anymore. So it's a really hard balance. Well, not. I'm sorry. Excuse me. There is no balance. It's a rough path, so to say. Um, you need to find what works best for you, but you also need to make sure that you come back to your roots and that you try to um, work on your femininity and just also do things as a normal human being, not only like business. I mean, of course, if you want to achieve something in life, this should be definitely 80% of the daytime what you do of the day activities. So like definitely I'm working on my business tasks half of the day, but for the rest I still make sure that I get my dancing training, that I go dance at someone else's class, maybe I go to the gym, I go for a walk with my dog twice a day, and to just freshen up my mind. And these moments I can completely go zen and be so spiritual and like zone out. But the moment that I'm back in business, back in my working flow, I can become, yeah, a little bit like a man, yeah, in a way that you are in the zone. And yeah, there is nothing sexy about it. No, no, can be quite workaholic, bossy, too short, too dry, too strict. Yeah, so this is what you become mostly. But I'm not saying you have to let it be. You need to try to achieve both, a little bit of femininity and no, more femininity and then masculine energy too. Okay, let's go. So two more things that I want to point out. The next one is you have to take the hard path to achieve your dreams, to have a successful business. Why? You cannot go the easy way. I mean, first of all, nobody will listen to the shit you want to say. Nobody will take advice from you. If you have no experience and if you have never learned any lessons, first of all, nobody listens to you. Second of all, you can't also apply it in your life, and you actually can't run a decent business when you don't have any knowledge or learned any lessons. And most of the time, they need to be really heavy lessons, like hard learned. Some days I really cry, like today I cried, yesterday I was at it. There are these points, even like either you feel like packing your shit and leaving to live to Bali, or either you have a point where you feel like banging your head against the wall because you're just so frustrated about everything that's happening in business. But um yeah, I'm not saying that I'm doing it exactly, but sometimes I I feel like it. um but I know that this is the way. This is exactly the way. You cannot just go easy peasy and just achieve something and just have a business. And then, I mean, of course it happens, but then you know it will end also soon, or people don't know how to run a business or how to continue growing it successfully. Because why? Because they don't really know what the fuck they're doing. Even though now also almost 10 years and I still don't know what I'm doing sometimes, but I can tell you there are some things I will never repeat, or certain things that I could definitely advise to someone who is starting. So that's that. And the last thing I want to say is actually that you will want to quit every day. I still do. Every day. Every fucking single day, there is a moment when I think, you know what, maybe I should just stop. But this vision, and not only the vision, but these glimpses, the memories, the moments in your life keeps you going, the moments that actually made you realize like, okay, this is exactly what I'm working for, or like this is my happiest moment of my life. I can give you an example. Workshops, what I do, the Women's World workshop, the big one, the vibe and how I am there, it's not like I am in business. I am two different personalities. Like I am there is how I want to be always. I'm open, I'm vulnerable, I'm sensitive person. I want to help everyone. I am there to receive and to give a lot of love. And I know how many women has changed their lives because of those workshops. And that's what keeps me going. Every time coming back to that memory, when I really feel like really, I just want to even say it out loud and yell, I'm done. Then I think about that moment and I think, huh, no, I can't. For those women, I fucking owe you. I owe you, ladies, to make your life better. I own you. Doesn't matter you think you need it or not. At some point, somewhere, maybe somehow, I will change your life, or I will help you to do it, even if it's a little bit, even if it's like mini. Still, if I can give you some sort of impact, positive impact, and help you, that makes me feel better. And maybe it's a selfish deed, but that makes you feel like you have to keep going. You can't you can't just quit. That would be just not right. That would be simply not okay. So, yeah, one thing I have to say to you, hold on the vision, believe in yourself, no matter how hard the days are. Believe me, this week, multiple times, I thought I'm gonna lock out myself somewhere and just maybe not answer to the world anymore, maybe just pretend I don't exist anymore, I don't know, and run away from everything. But then I do realize how much I would be losing. You need to realize that your potential is something you own to the world. And what you can, nobody else can. So please hold on to that. And if you like these kind of episodes, let me know. Please subscribe, because that's all I ask. And give me a like. I like you too. Love you. Bye.